Although school officials must find a way to cover the deficit, current and former employees feel the burden shouldn't fall on them. The Daily Reveille tried to obtain information about the selection process, but was blocked at every turn. Although officials say schools are safer than ever, some parents feel it's still not enough. Despite opening up in the middle of a recession, Frosted Cupcakes has developed a local fan base that visits regularly. Since first being established 25 years ago, competitive cheerleading has increased in numbers and complexity. The teams range from a basic level 1 to the most advanced level 6, with anywhere from 5 to 32 members per team. Within the last year, healthcare has become a hot topic of discussion among corporations across the nation.
I had to convince my neighbors to vote for this because they are disgusted with what happens, and I'm disgusted too. Thank you.
Martha Rockman worked for the school system for over 20 years. Now that the school board plans to increase health care premiums for current and former employees, she's making her opinion known.
These Medicare eligible retirees that you're trying to put out of the system dedicated their lives to you and to our children.
A representative from the Mercer consulting firm projects that the claims budget for next year will result in a $16 million deficit. Communications Director Susan Nelson explains the significance of the retiree group to the projected budget.
As a group, we have a projected claims number of $47.4 million in claims that we will have for next year. And so you can tell that they're outpacing our actual active employees.
Medicare-eligible retirees use the school system health insurance as a supplemental insurance to cover what Medicare does not. Another issue is that some retirees do not report the claims to Medicare, resulting in the school system paying 100% of the claim instead of 20%. Although school officials must find a way to cover the deficit, current and former employees feel the burden shouldn't fall on them.
If they did not present the doctor's office or the physician with the proper documentation, they should be billed for it.
The school board's funds have been diminished as a result of these mistakes. The increase in premiums is meant to cover the losses, but for some teachers, they can't afford it.
Will it affect me more?
Yes.
I feel that it will, because at this point, even though I've been teaching for 4.5 years, I'm still making the same salary as 0 years of experience.
School employees have not received their annual raises in a few years. With cost of living increasing and now healthcare premiums, many employees wonder if they will be able to sustain their households. For WLSU, I'm Kayla Carson. 11-year-olds Tess Cunningham and Miley Braden play their violins in support of Friends of the Animals Baton Rouge. President Paula Shane founded the organization 3 years ago after she saw there were no volunteers at the shelter and wanted to help.
We started helping the shelter. We've added a vet modular building. We've bought a trailer that houses cats and kittens. We made the conditions at the shelter more humane for the animals.
Vice President Lauren Tillman recalls the events that led to her becoming a part of the organization.
I was actually looking to adopt a dog, and Friends of the Animals was working exclusively at the shelter at the time. And I adopted my black lab mix, Daisy.
Daisy's foster mom told Lauren about the many things the organization did to help the shelter.
The next day I gave her a call and she told me about fostering and volunteering and all the things that they do in the community, and I was like, I want to be a part of that.
Since its creation, Friends of the Animals has been instrumental in keeping animals at the shelter from being euthanized.
We've gotten approximately almost 400. Just doing weekend off-site adoptions, and we just started doing every weekend a year ago. So we do every Saturday and Sunday.
Friends of the Animals expanded from working only at the shelter to having a foster program where animals who have been at the shelter the longest are placed in homes with volunteers until they are adopted.
Definitely our main goal would be to foster and adopt out as many animals as possible. So to get as many animals as possible out of the shelter.
Friends of the Animals also has a Facebook page on which they post pictures of animals that will be at offsite adoptions, so others who may not know about the event can be exposed to it.
I think our niche and what we're best at is getting animals out of the shelter environment and into the community, so people actually have a chance to see them and interact with them.
Reporting for Tiger TV, I'm Kayla Carson.
1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 3.
Competitive cheerleading is quickly becoming more popular than traditional cheerleading.
They do strenuous stunts, tumbling, jumps. So they're a lot more active and involved in competitive cheerleading as opposed to traditional.
Competitive cheerleaders must train their bodies to be able to do the skills necessary for the routines.
We strengthen condition a lot during practice. Before practice, we do an extensive warm-up and stretching. At the end of practice, we'll condition either with, traditional workout routines like push-ups, sit-ups, things like that, or we'll use, cheerleading skills.
All the stuff that we do conditioning-wise, it definitely helps in the routine because, not anyone could just go into a routine and do 2 minutes and 30 seconds of a million jumps and stuff without being in shape in any way.
Because of their intense training, competitive cheerleaders have the abilities to do many other sports, but choose to stay with cheerleading.
I like other sports, but it's just I feel like other sports you do the same thing over and over, and cheer there's always something new to get, so you're always constantly working on something else, and I like that.
Since first being established 25 years ago, competitive cheerleading has increased in numbers and complexity. The teams range from a basic level 1 to the most advanced level 6, with anywhere from 5 to 32 members per team.
We have levels 1 through 5, youth through senior. Starts with the age group and the skill level, the category of what they can do. It goes from back walkovers and basic stunts all the way up to twisting stunts, fully extended elite things.
This is Kayla Carson reporting for MC 3102.